Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 30th of October. Looking at euro dollar first and pretty much following in what it's been doing, continuing the downside here. Yesterday it sold off, didn't get up to that weekly pivot. It went before then, it just rolled early-ish and then bounced and then rolled. And at the moment it's rolling, but may get a bit of a bounce. And with this price action it's just run into, quite difficult to read. Now there is some key information out this morning. Now, quite surprisingly, it's not highlighted in red on Forex Factory, but it may create quite a bit of volatility. And really looking at the flash GDP figures that are due out at 10 o'clock now. Most of the data may have been the ECB may have seen last week when they met, but all the same, it will give the market a bit more idea of what they're basing things on. Now the forecast is supposed to expected to come out at 0.4% growth, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So it's 10 o'clock on the euro. Watch out for that. The German inflation data comes out today as well. It comes out all morning right through to about I think it's 12 or 1 o'clock. So those releases come through, and again they're staggered through the day or the morning. They do give a bit of a feel to inflation and how inflation's running in Europe as a whole, although it's pointing obviously the German numbers, but it's the powerhouse, so it gets a bit more focus on that. So there we are. Anyway, euro at the moment looking weak, looking like it's got the potential to run down towards its S1, but it's got a bit oversold from the range it's moving in at the moment, and it could pitch back up. There is always the chance it could get back up towards that weekly pivot at some point, particularly if this data today came out particularly bright. It may push it towards that area at least, and the momentum behind that may drive it, but we'll see. But it's a sticky one, I would suggest today, particularly after yesterday's price action. Cable, my preference on the euro would still be to sell it, to be fair. That's not to say that I will just sell it. I may be buying intraday. Cable now, again, weekly pivot, not even got anywhere near the weekly pivot yesterday. Selling off again this morning. At the moment we're sitting in here with this bearish pivot swing on, although today's candle's not finished, so anything could happen from there. But just looking at the 4 hourlies, lower highs, lower lows, it's very clear in a downward trend at the moment. Again though, it's oversold short term. This 30-minute chart is just showing that. Showing that it's actually extreming actually on the RSI there as well, but which means it could pull back down towards that sort of zone. Now we'll see what it does off this S1, whether it manages a bit bigger bounce. But for now, the budget obviously yesterday didn't bring too much cheer to the markets, and it's continued to roll since then. So looking weak, looking for retracements to sell into. Dollar yen, this is doing what expected last week. Maybe it's starting to break now, to pushing to the upside. It's softening as one would expect on a weaker market. Here is data for Japan is not particularly strong, and maybe we will see the fundamentals take over from this sort of risk on risk off effect that we're seeing on the yen. But for now at least it's pushing up, looking bullish. It has got an untouched daily pivot below us, but it's got a bit of a ride back down to that at the moment, and my preference would be to buy on the dips if I was trading it. But as I said before many a times recently, it's become a risky currency, literally. Aussie dollar's holding back up this morning a bit better. There's minor divergences etc. running through into these lows recently. Yesterday, just saw it sell. It's pitching back up at the moment. It's stronger than maybe some of the other pairings against the US dollar. Maybe there's hope. The Aussie's trading partner is China. Our biggest trading partner is China. So anything that said bullet or the Trump Twitter may be helping the Aussie dollar from that perspective. There was some data out as well. We had the Reserve Bank of Australia Assistant Governor Bullock speaking at 2:10 this morning, so that that'll be the reason why that's pushed up there at the moment. Bigger picture though, I'm still bearish on it. I'm just sort of looking. If it starts rolling over, there's divergence on this 30-minute time frame that I'm looking at the moment. It does look like it could just tip over once again. Okay, and finally then the Canadian dollar, which I'm obviously not entitled to, didn't you? So Canadian dollar yesterday closed outside the trend line there. Unfortunately didn't get back to the weekly pivot as I'd like to. It's just I was looking to buy off the weekly pivot as typical, just sitting there patiently, and it never happened. But it does again here with the higher lows coming through on this 4-hourly. I mean the daily itself, if you look at the daily, it's got high lows already running through it. It does look bullish there, and well, yes, it could be a struggle at each sort of each prior high here becomes a resistance point, and a point where traders will be looking to probably sell into double tops, etc. We'll see how it runs, but it'll be a slow struggle perhaps to the upside. But as I said, if it did come back to the weekly, I may like it better, or have a look at it and look to get into it from a longer time frame perspective. At the moment though, short term, well, it's putting this little sort of price action in here, bear flag, and short term perspective, it looks like it may have a little bit of a rollback, but that may just give us opportunities from that weekly pivot. Okay, that's pretty much it. As I said, news today, well, just watching out for the flash GDP data coming out at 10 o'clock for the Eurozone. This afternoon we've got the US consumer confidence at 2 p.m. because the clocks haven't gone back in the US yet. So 2 p.m. we've got the consumer confidence, and then that's it really. We've got the CAD speaker at 7:30, their Bank of Canada speaker at 7:30 p.m. But we won't be around for that, will we? Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.